Good afternoon, this is Bob Iaccino coming to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago. Talking energy, huge move in crude oil today, down 2.5% in toward the close. A little more than that actually. We had to move up to 76.48, so right around 76.50 and change on the high side, 73.86 on the downside, and then coming right in the middle of that $74 range, 74.43 in toward the end of the day. On yesterday's stockpile build from the EIA, that surprise build is still weighing on the markets. Got a little bit of a sell-off late yesterday from the highs, and then it continued in this morning. 8 million barrel build at the EIA, which was much bigger than expected, and a little bit of a drop in gasoline stockpiles, but there's reason why the gasoline stockpiles may not matter as much, and that's because gasoline stockpiles are still above the 5-year average. As a matter of fact, they're about 7% above that 5-year average, and we had refinery utilization drop to 94.4%. So if you look at the build in inventories in crude oil, combine that with a lowered refinery utilization rate and the fact that there's already excess stockpiles of gasoline, crude oil is actually exactly at the stockpile level of the 5-year average for this time last year. I'm sorry, the 5-year average for this time of year, and gasoline stockpile 7% above the 5-year average. The refinery turnaround is starting with that 94.4% utilization rate. So that means it's not likely there's going to continue to be draws in crude oil. Quite the opposite. You're going to see builds. If we see a surprise draw, it'll probably give us a boost to the crude oil markets. But that combination of those three things makes that less likely. Not unlikely, just less likely. So again, gasoline stockpiles high, crude oil stockpile build, and refinery utilization low. That's a combination for the sell-off that we got today. Then on top of that, you got mixed news with OPEC and Saudi Arabia. Number one, the U.S. says OPEC is hiding 1.42 million barrels of spare capacity per day, and they're pressuring them to pump that capacity into the market. Hasn't happened yet. There's rumors of a deal between Saudi Arabia and Russia that is not publicized, where they're going to quietly increase production, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. That's just a rumor out there in the market. And then Saudi Arabia announces an investment, 20 billion US in excess capacity in investment. So over the coming years, they're going to try and build their capacity for crude oil, in spite of the idea that they're going to move away from crude oil as their main economic focus. That $20 billion investment was announced yesterday. So again, down the road, that's helping the crude curve get a little bit weaker as well. This is Bob Iaccino talking about crude oil on a pretty weak day from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago.